Welcome to our exploration of how technology can empower social democracy in the 21st century. And frankly, it's about bloody time. We're talking about a system designed to work for everyone. And in the year of our robot overlords 2023, we should be using every tool at our disposal to make that happen. Today, we'll dive into 4 key themes that highlight the transformative power of tech in modern governance. From giving every citizen a voice, to shining a light on the grubby corners of corruption, to making sure everyone has a fair shot at a decent life. Buckle up, because this is going to be a wild ride through the exciting and often terrifying world of tech-driven social democracy. Let's be honest, for most of human history, citizen engagement has meant showing up to vote once every few years and maybe yelling at a politician on the telly. It was a passive form of participation where our voices were heard only during election cycles. But in the digital age, we can do so much better than that. The internet has revolutionized how we interact with our leaders and each other. We're talking about online platforms where you can actually debate policy with your elected officials, engaging in real-time discussions that can influence decisions. Not just argue with your uncle who thinks the earth is flat. These platforms provide a space for meaningful dialogue and informed debate. Imagine a world where you can vote on local issues directly from your phone, making civic participation as easy as tapping a screen. Or where you can propose new legislation and actually get it in front of lawmakers. This is direct democracy in action. This isn't some futuristic fantasy, people. These tools already exist. They are being used in various parts of the world to great effect. Take participatory budgeting, for example. It's a process where community members directly decide how to allocate part of a public budget. It's like a giant online town hall where residents can decide how to spend a portion of the city budget. Need a new park? You can vote for it. Want to invest in public transportation? You get to have your say. This is about making democracy more participatory and inclusive. You get to have your say, and it's not just about voting. It's about being an active participant in the democratic process. And it's not just about voting. Social media can be a powerful tool for mobilizing citizens around important issues, organizing protests, and holding those in power accountable. It allows for rapid dissemination of information and can bring people together for a common cause, and holding those in power accountable. But with great power comes great responsibility. Of course, we need to be mindful of the risks like misinformation and online echo chambers. These can distort reality and polarize communities. But the potential for technology to empower citizens and create a more responsive democracy is undeniable. It's about harnessing these tools for the greater good. Corruption. It's the cockroach of human civilization. You try to stamp it out, but it always seems to find a way to survive. From the back alleys of small towns to the grand halls of power, corruption has a way of embedding itself into the very fabric of society. It's a persistent problem that has plagued humanity for centuries, and despite our best efforts, it continues to thrive in the shadows. But what if we could use technology to build a system where corruption isn't just difficult, it's damn near impossible? Imagine a world where every transaction is transparent, every deal is recorded, and every action is accountable. This isn't some far-off utopia, it's a possibility within our reach. That's where things like blockchain come in. Blockchain technology offers a decentralized and immutable ledger that can record transactions in a way that is transparent and tamper-proof. It's a revolutionary tool that can change the way we think about trust and accountability. Now, I know what you're thinking. Blockchain, isn't that just for Bitcoin and weird monkey JPEGs? It's true that blockchain has gained notoriety through cryptocurrencies and digital art, but its potential goes far beyond these applications. And yes, it's been used for those things, but it can also be used for so much more. From supply chain management to voting systems, blockchain can bring transparency and security to a wide range of industries. Imagine a government where every single transaction, every contract, every permit is recorded on a public and tamper-proof ledger. This would mean that any citizen could verify the legitimacy of government actions, fostering a new level of trust and accountability. Want to know where your tax dollars are going? Just look it up on the blockchain. This kind of transparency would make it much harder for funds to be misappropriated or for corrupt officials to hide their tracks. Think someone's getting a little too cozy with a government contractor? The evidence is right there for everyone to see. This level of scrutiny can deter corrupt behavior before it even starts. And it's not just about catching the bad guys. This technology empowers citizens to be more engaged and informed about their government's actions. This level of transparency can actually prevent corruption from happening in the first place. When people know they are being watched, they are less likely to engage in unethical behavior. After all, it's a lot harder to skim off the top when everyone's watching your every move. Public oversight can act as a powerful deterrent against corruption. Transparency is the best disinfectant, as they say. When actions are out in the open, it becomes much harder for corruption to take root and spread. And in this case, technology is the industrial-strength bleach we need to clean up the dirty business of corruption. By leveraging advanced digital tools, we can create a cleaner, more transparent world where corruption has no place to hide. Let's face it, folks, the world is a bit of a rigged game. From economic disparities to social inequalities, many people find themselves at a disadvantage right from the start. It's a harsh reality that can feel overwhelming and insurmountable. But what if we could use technology to tilt the playing field towards fairness and equality? Imagine harnessing the power of digital innovation to create opportunities where none existed before. That's right, we're talking about using the power of ones and zeros to bridge the gap between the haves and the have-nots. Digital tools can be the great equalizer, offering resources and support to those who need it most. Imagine a world where everyone, regardless of their background or zip code, has equal access to essential services like education, healthcare, and financial services. This isn't just a dream, it's a possibility within our reach. We're talking about online learning platforms that bring quality education to even the most remote corners of the world, breaking down barriers to knowledge and empowering individuals to achieve their full potential. Telemedicine services that allow people in underserved communities to consult with specialists, ensuring that everyone has access to the healthcare they need, no matter where they live. And mobile banking apps that provide financial inclusion to the unbanked, giving them the tools to manage their finances and build a better future. And it's not just about access. E-services can also help to reduce discrimination and bias, creating a more just and equitable society. E-services can also help to reduce discrimination and bias. By relying on data and algorithms, we can make decisions that are fair and impartial. After all, algorithms don't care about the color of your skin or where you come from. They just care about data. This can help level the playing field in ways we never thought possible. They just care about data. But we must be cautious. Algorithms are only as good as the data they are fed, and we need to ensure that this data is free from bias. Of course, we need to be vigilant about algorithmic bias and ensure that these technologies are designed and implemented fairly. This means constant monitoring and updating to reflect our evolving understanding of fairness and equality. But the potential for e-services to create a more equitable society is enormous. By leveraging technology, we can address some of the most pressing issues of our time and create a world where everyone has a fair shot at success. So let's embrace the digital revolution and use it to build a world where everyone has an equal opportunity to succeed. Together, we can make the digital age a force for good, leveling the playing field for all. Look, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. Our planet is in a bit of a pickle. Climate change is real, it's happening right now, and it's terrifying. But before you start building your underground bunker, there is some good news. Technology isn't just contributing to the problem, it's also offering some pretty incredible solutions. We're talking about things like renewable energy sources like solar and wind power, smart grids that can optimize energy consumption, and sustainable practices that can reduce our impact on the environment. And guess what? All of this is being driven by technological innovation. Imagine a world powered by clean energy, where our cities are designed to be sustainable and resilient, and where we've managed to decouple economic growth from environmental degradation. It sounds like a utopian dream, but it's actually within our reach. Technology alone won't save us. We need to fundamentally change our relationship with the planet, but it can give us the tools we need to build a more sustainable future. And frankly, if we screw this up, there might not be a future to worry about. As we've seen, technology is not just a tool, but a vital pillar of modern social democracy. It's about empowering citizens, promoting transparency, reducing inequality, and advancing sustainability. By embracing these innovations, we can build a more engaged, transparent, equitable, and sustainable society. We can create a world where everyone has a voice, where corruption has nowhere to hide, and where everyone has a fair shot at a better life. Let's take action and harness the power of technology to shape a better future for all. Because the future is now, folks, and it's up to us to make it a good one.